G'day, this is Captainoob and welcome back to Murmrgh's Lucky Dip, a video series where I get a random 3-star weapon, either ranged or melee, and try to make it work. Today is melee, so we're using Punchy over here. Let's see how lucky Becca is. Please be lucky, please be lucky. Okay, so it's a nothing prefix, sure, but we've got the swing speed, very good for DPS, and a little bit less damage taken whilst power attacking. So, look, I think it's going to be one of those days, but we could certainly have worse here, I think. 248 damage, that is with maximum unyielding, which I probably won't do, but I think we'll be just fine, I think. Okay, so weirdly enough, the spear doesn't actually have any modifications, which is interesting because the Fallout 2 spear that you got from some Hobo tribesman, he gave you like a sharpened one that did better damage, and you can actually get these to disappear if you just over-repair them. See, completely gone now. So that'll tell you that there's absolutely nothing you can do to this, and I've just kind of wasted the materials on doing that, but regardless of that, let's throw a build together. I've got a whole lot less in the way of nothing perks to put on here, so we'll chuck on 5 ranks of Makeshift Warrior, and we'll spec in towards something like Sneak. So we'll grab Adrenaline. We've got 15 Agility, which gives us the maximum perk things we're allowed to utilize here. So we'll grab Ninja, Sneak, which leaves us 3 more. Evasive, I feel like would be good. Even Action Girl might be good here because I've got strength on all of my armor bits bar 1, so having a little bit of extra AP means I can use VATS and I can utilize the perks, which would allow me to do slightly more damage. We've got Tenderizer here, which as a multiplicative bonus feels like a good idea. We'll grab 2 ranks of Fireproof, 2 ranks of Life Giver, 3 in Adamantium Skeleton, and Radical is there. If we want to go and get ourselves irradiated, then that's probably a good way to do it, but if it is during the day, we can get ourselves a little bit of extra strength and endurance between 6 AM and 6 PM, which currently the time is 3 PM, so we've got another 3 in-game hours of that. I might swap that out a little bit later. We'll grab Concentrated Fire because I'm going to be using a shotgun with Enforcer. We'll just swap perks out as we need them against the Scorched Beast later. We'll go for Gladiator here. Actually, no, that's wrong. We gotta go for Slugger. I'm an idiot. Because it's a 2-handed weapon, so it is technically in the Slugger class. But as a Slugger class, it is a little bit faster than usual, which I think is good. We'll grab Incisor and then Martial Artist, or giving us some armor penetration with our strikes and making our things swing faster for even better DPS. Now, we'll probably grab Bloody Mess, even though we won't do a whole lot here. But as for life-saving perks and like tanking perks, we can chuck on Ricochet if we want, but I'm going to be sneaking all the time, so maybe what I do here is grab maybe Grim Reaper Sprint if I want to utilize VATS, and Mysterious Savior if I end up dying. Maybe we get that to proc. I don't usually utilize this a lot, so might be something interesting to look out for, but with 8 endurance and the health being at 310, we've got a lot of HP to chew through. Now we're doing 203 damage. I can't remember what it was before, but I think we're getting slightly over that. And here's the armor. I could swap out the armor piece here for getting 1 more point of strength, which I've got the space to, actually, and just to see exactly what kind of bonus you get out of +1 strength. It's not a whole lot. So we've gone from 206 to... it's 3 points of damage. So would I rather have the extra AP refresh? I think that is the better choice here, but, you know, if I really want to wring out some damage, then I'll put that other one back on. Okay, so here we are outside of Oscorp, and, like, 40,000 years of human evolution, we haven't even tapped the maximum of what we can do, as the quote somewhat goes like. Also, I've got double XP for a bit. Isn't that nice? I'm going to do more damage against robots. I wonder if that's multiplicative, because that's pretty strong if it is. 5% multiplicative. Pretty good. So I could get all of these up and running. My strength at the moment is 30, but I could add another 15 to that with the unyielding bits. Another 16, because I've got the dense one on now. The asbestos line is what I want for extra strength. But we'll start off with the little sneaky, and we'll see how we go. Super Mutant goes, huh? We'll come right in and give him the old Fallout 2 treatment. So, as you can tell, when I hit things, they're going to explode at a fairly reasonable frequency as well. We actually one-shotted that guy. Well, interesting. That one got two-shotted. And now we're in open combat. But luckily, we've got the swing speed to back up our DPS here, and we can sort of stay in a slugging fight between these two. That doggo just try to do a backflip. We'll run in and power attack this guy, and we'll try to save our AP. We'll let it come back a little bit, and then we'll run in and sprint at this guy. Now, I've heard people talking about unyielding, and they're saying that some individuals want it nerfed. And hopefully Bethesda doesn't decide to do that, because I think the game would be in a lot worse state. 3 hits on that thing to get it killed. Wow. Well, we are using a spear, so whatever. So we're just hitting under 300 damage, which I think is fairly significant. That's a lot harder than all of my weapons were firing out. I don't think we got anywhere near that for my 10 mil sub that I had the other day, so it's interesting. We'll go creeping again. Hit that guy, managed to get 2 of them with a little bit of explosion. That one died in one shot too. That's nice. So it's a hack and slash. It gives you some damage when you hit stuff in VATS, just a random chance to explode, which I have been sort of saving up perk points to do that. I was in combat for a second and the Super Mutant had a sudden onset of Alzheimer's or something. We perked that doggo up the bum, and we are done with the Super Mutants. We took a kind of a beating there, but now with all of my unyielding stuff active, we should have, that's 40 strength now, and we're getting almost 300 damage, so there's kind of no reason not to be at this health. We could push that even further again, because I don't have solar powered right now, but if I fill up my bar with rads, then that's another 5 strength. So, you know, we're not, really maxing out on this, but I think regardless of that, it's still doing well, and I do think most of that is from the swing speed thing. So, wow. Spear, kind of an underdog. I wouldn't call it OP. Let's not use that word. I've actually quite liked their feedback to this series. People, you know, they're always coming to my channel to see god rolls, but now he's like, hey, he's like the rest of us and drawing shit weapons and having to use them, and people are liking that somehow. And honestly, I'm kind of liking testing out the real weapons that I wouldn't give the time of day, just to see, you know, how good they are. Because some of the other people have been talking about how mostly it's build strength that is actually doing the work here, and the weapon is just a force multiplier, which I think is a great opinion to have. So if you have that, pat on the back. You're one of the thinkers in this community. And wow, okay. We're just exploding all the time. That's 3 in a row, baby. Good RNG. Really good RNG. Becca's not done with her RNG goodness from XCOM yet, and she'll keep going. She's good in XCOM. She's one of my best specialists, actually. If you haven't been watching XCOM, it's actually really fun. And if you used to me playing a game that I don't particularly like, you might come as a little bit of a shock to you. When you go and watch XCOM, I actually really enjoy myself playing that. All the angels are in it. Becca's in it. Miranda's in it. Winter doesn't show up. She doesn't actually do much at all. I hire her, but I don't think I ever deploy her, and that's, whoops, spoilers, but, you know, late game hires. You don't usually use them. Alright, we'll stab the fat ass and get immediately wrecked, because we got found, and they've got, a billion health. Now, we are utilizing the Ghoul Slayers thing here, which, I mean, we were sneaking the whole time. I wouldn't be surprised if we weren't one-shotting them otherwise. But I won't say no to that little bit of extra damage. 1034 to the head. You really are just an overly bullet spongy thing. Oh, it's just the way it goes. Hey, Becca's looking weird in the... She looks normal in the lighting. I think it's because the lighting's bugged right now. The roof's all shiny for some reason. I guess the ghouls polish it in their spare time. Alright, using that unfortunate death as sort of a health reset, we can go on about this without utilizing the unyielding armor. And the Blood Eagles actually like them as an enemy because they'll do a ton load of damage to you, but they aren't overly tanky. I think they are some of the best designed enemies in the game, because if you let them get on top of you, then you're dead pretty quickly. And that was the first proper melee on melee fight there, without using VATs, and they choked badly. We're a good skilled fighter here. Good at poking things with sharp sticks. And this is like one of the first weapons that humanity ever used. We chased down mammoths and killed them with it. A little bit scary when we come against the energy weapon guy, but we can just sort of teleport next to him. I don't think humanity was able to do that during the time of the dinosaurs and Ice Age or whatever. But one of the things that I brought up when my weapon spotlight, when I did a better roll of a... wow, he's up and about already. Lucky you. Are we at 6 o'clock yet? Okay, so we're not using the solar-powered thing anymore, which means I can chuck on Life Giver. And maybe rank 3. Actually, I've got Revenant, right? So what I might do here is just chuck on Radical, even if I get one little bit of thing from that. So if I end up dying, which it didn't proc when I died against the ghoul, but I'll get a little bit of extra damage if I die and come back. Which might happen here because he's currently sitting in deep-ass water and I can't actually poke him. It's kind of the fatal flaw when it comes to melee. Range is not the greatest. Alright. Righto, mate. There we go. Oh, I died anyway, though. Alright. So that was a proper revive, but then it bugged out. Well done, Bethesda. Your game works perfectly. This is what happens when you drop Todd from being the director of the game. Alright, this time hopefully we'll get the drop on him. And it's a little bit unfortunate there, but he just walked into the water and, well, we didn't have range, so he obviously died easily because he could just detect us, because went in to poke him, and then we couldn't. That follow-through bonus giving me 40-odd more damage. Alright, we're on now. We can block this guy, which we actually did just now. Because you saw that little thing pop up. That's one of the legendary perks that I've rather slept on this. And how much defense do we have? Oh, it's because I'm not using something like Blocker, which would have actually helped significantly there. I'm used to Becca being a bit tougher because I don't bother with these weapons all the time because they take up 9 points, rather unarmed weapons take up 3, which leaves room for Blocker and Barbarian, so you can be super tanky. So, yeah, there's really no reason not to go punchy-punchy with your melee builds, and I think everyone knows it. Power armor is just not that great. Unless you put unyielding on it. Oh, wait, not anymore. Okay, in case you were wondering, yeah, the server crash. You might have picked that up on the corner of the screen as I was saying my last words about that previous encounter there. Wow, these Murmrghs are sending it. And, ooh, look at you, mate. Whoa, he's a tanky boy. Did it work this time? I think... Ooh, it worked. Congratulations to me. Okay, cool. My skill and strategy won the day. We're going to get completely annihilated against this Murmrgh King, so I'm going to go over here. Now we're in caution. Now's the time to strike. There we go. And a death scream that caused a severe ringing in my ears, because apparently he wasn't done yet, even though he was dead. He had one more attack of his little sonic blast there. Guy with a Gatling plasma falls into little bits. That's exactly what happens when you hit stuff with spears, by the way. And here comes a crab. Try to block him, but I must have mistimed it. And that works. That was a really, really bizarre way to do that. We're just gonna keep these unyielding bonuses. I think I got Revenant, right? Did it proc? Dunno. But what I'm going to do is I've chucked in Force Run. I'm going to definitely use it here. Nice convenient explosion brings the Murmrgh Queen out. And whoops. Can I just favorite this? Thank you. I'm going to take this thing's legs out. Because we got to play with skill and strategy and not with dumb tactics, right? Which one are you... Okay, I think we might be okay now. We just got to stick behind it. Never mind, it just one-shot me from caution, despite its face being like 270 degrees away from me. Oh, the game works fine. It's okay. It's all good. Nothing to see here. No problems with this game whatsoever. And if you do think there are problems with this game, then you're just a New Vegas fanboy. There we go. That's what we wanted. and you should be publicly shamed for not liking Bethesda's great products. So we'll just keep on hitting it in the arse like this until it dies. Riveting gameplay, I know, but there's not much else I can really do at the moment. I've also got this little crab here who poses a little bit more of a threat. Might kick my ass. We got Flap Limb, that's not good. Does that directly decrease my damage strength? -2. You know what, with the additive bonuses, it's probably not all that much. And I want my things back, thank you. Alright, on to the last thing. It's just time to kill Scorch Beasts. Okay, so you might notice how the time of day has changed. Normally I record these back to back to back, but I've just taken a little bit of a break just to let the servers reset and unfuck themselves as I go in and try to do this again. Now, what happened was, like, you had an audio bug similar to if someone was using, like, Gatling plasma. You know those when multiple people are using legacies, the sound sort of all goes in on top of itself and you end up with a deaf character for a bit. That's the kind of thing that happened here. And time to do a Stim Pack, I think. Actually, Actually, it's happening again. This is exactly what's happening, but to a lesser degree. So, you know what? I'm going to let this stand. Ah, Gutsy, kill it. Okay, luckily these were not all max level Gutsies because coming back into a server, things aren't properly scaled until a little bit. Now, we'll use Enforcer for this chump over here, bring him down on the ground, and then very accurate despite me being in caution. That's why I like having extra agility. We'll poke this guy, get spotted immediately because we don't have all of that brilliant agility. Got a little bit of it, and we can create cover for ourselves. Except we can't now. Near existing locations. My arse game. Pretty standard Scorch Beast sort of setup there. Just hitting it in caution. Got no idea what's poking it in the arsehole. Doesn't bother to turn around to see what it is. And rinse and repeat. It's not advanced gameplay, but I'm kind of doing the best I can here. We'll go again. We won't have to worry about getting adrenaline on those guys. If anything, we just kind of risk happening and getting detected even more. We can sort of circle around like this to kill a Scorch Beast. I'm sure this is what the developers intended me on doing in standard gameplay, but what else do I have? Nice little explosion there. Still got Flap Limb, but it ain't stopping me. When they give you barely anything as an additive bonus, they're not going to take away anything as a penalty. So, yeah, that disease was nerfed, wasn't it? Got a Scorched Believer there. What do you believe in? I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. I'll try to get this one on the ground. Hopefully it won't be much of a muck around as old mate over here. We might actually pick up the blight as well now, because since I had to jump out of the server and reset it. Oh, you dog starver. Well, look, we're wasting time here. I'm not really happy about this behavior, but it is what it is. But yeah, like, if you reset your server or anything, it resets the disease counters. Normally, when you get a disease, it stops you from getting diseases, like multiple diseases really quickly. It's a decent timer. And now we're detected because apparently we didn't hit that guy despite hearing it. The striking sounds. Come on, escape artist. Do your thing. There we go. And now we do this again. We'll add some power attacks in. There's a lot of nonsense happening with rubber banding health bars. And I think the game is awarding me sneak bonuses here, but since the Scorched are aggroed, as in like the faction is aggroed against these robots, which are doing something which they'll pay dearly for, we weren't actually getting the bonuses, which, you know, were fairly significant considering. So that kind of sucks. Wow, do these robots actually mess up the audio? Whoa, that is messed up. Okay, well, this game's just going to be ear rape every time there's robots. Gee, you'd hate there to be a daily up with robots, wouldn't ya? They're super mutants, so we're lucky today, maybe not tomorrow. Also, if it's like uplink on Saturday, I mean, decryption on Saturday, I'm going to KMS on stream. Alright, so there you have it. Ghoul Slayer swing speed. Would throw it in the script bin under normal circumstances, but got some work out of it. Get out of here. It annoys me that you can't whack iBots like halfway across the map like you would a baseball. Come on, that's an American thing to do. Who doesn't love baseball? I love baseball. I'm not American. That shit's awesome to watch when it pops on Australian TVs. I watch that. It's awesome. Alright, so it's cool. Also, these are ordered differently. Weird. The prefix and the third effect are swapped there. I don't know what that means. Is it a bug? Who knows? Anyways, spear. Wouldn't use it under normal circumstances, but here we go. There you go. It's just a pretty ordinary weapon. Did like how fast it was. That certainly helped. I think the DPS wasn't abysmal. Better than a hunting rifle, which is not saying much, but still, there's better weapons out there. And as far as this one goes, I'm not entirely disappointed by it. It behaved like a spear with a bad prefix, pretty much. So there it is. Thank you very much for watching, guys.